Hello you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be taking a break from filming reaction videos and going back to filming some more college related videos. Specifically in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys some more college tips and tricks. Now I did do a video like this a couple months ago, however now that I'm almost done with freshman year, I've learned a lot of new tips and advice that I really want to share with you. So if you guys are ready, make sure to like and subscribe and let's get right into it. First of all, we're just going to talk about some things to keep an eye out for, starting with scams. I kid you not, I have gotten lots of job scams, account termination scams, and like similar scams, some of which are completely ridiculous. You're going to want to keep an eye out for these. The way to spot one is if there is bad grammar, if there's a sense of urgency, if they're like trying to trick you to give out passwords or personal information. If it says some weird stuff in the email that you weren't expecting, that's a pretty good sign that it's a scam. Keep in mind, when you come to college, when you enter college for the first time, you're gonna have to download a lot of apps. It's actually ridiculous the amount of apps I've downloaded since coming to Purdue, whether that be authentication apps, other college apps, or like health apps. This one isn't too much of a problem since phones these days have tons of storage and people are downloading hundreds and hundreds of apps. The last thing you're going to want to keep an eye out for is your posture. It's extremely easy, and I've experienced it. It's extremely easy to slouch, especially when you're sitting on a desk on your computer the whole time. The next thing I'm going to be talking about are just some skills you're going to want to have for college. The first skill is that you're going to want to learn AI. Although this may be pretty obvious, I actually did not use AI once before starting college. I only started using it after I entered Purdue, and it has been super helpful. I use it for a bunch of different things like help with math homework, answers to everyday questions, tips for maintaining good health, and also generating images. It has been a lifesaver. However, at the same time, you're going to want to use it responsibly, like don't cheat. You're going to also want to know the differences between professional versus unprofessional practices as when you enter college, like you pretty much are entering the real world. I would know because I once accidentally almost used Comic Sans as the font to a paper that I had to turn in. Luckily, one of my classmates found it and changed it, otherwise things could have been a bit bad. But yeah, apparently Comic Sans is not a very good font to be using for college work. Similarly, I also wore a crop top and shorts to an actual career fair, not knowing that you had to dress business professional for that. So yeah, just make sure you do research on those kind of things. In college, communication is actually very important. Whether it be to friends, professors, communication helps to stop confusion, clarify things, ask for accommodations, those kind of things. Lastly, time management and money management are some of the best skills you can learn for college, especially because college is super hectic and crazy. These next two tips I'm going to share are often very overlooked, and those are tips on how to take care of yourself. First of all, rest is crucial and completely okay, even if it may not seem that way. Rest helps to clear the mind, regain focus, and you come out as a more refreshed, better version of yourself. Similarly, you should also take time to reflect on your progress and your growth. It may be helpful to physically write this down because self-reflection is important for improvement and growth. These next two tips I'm going to share are actually super duper repeated. You're going to hear them all the time. For one of them, I'm not quite sure why that is the case, but I'm going to share it anyway. First of all, you should know that friendships can happen literally anywhere. I made one of my closest friends when we met at the entrance to a career fair, the same one in which I dressed pretty inappropriately for. But yeah, the easiest way to make friends is getting to know the people in your hall as well as joining clubs. don't be afraid to take initiative and start small talk, like complimenting someone, asking a question, just being curious, and putting yourself out there. This next piece of advice is one that is repeated so much and I have literally no idea why, but it's simply just to sleep well and stay hydrated, especially the latter. I'm not kidding when I say I have seen this literally everywhere on posters. My RA and TA for the orientation program here have said it so many times. I've seen it on social media to stay hydrated and sleep well. Not quite sure why, but if it is repeated so many times, it is probably important. These last 3 tips that I have are probably some of the best pieces of advice you'll ever hear, not just for college, but for pretty much any life situation. The first one is don't compare yourself to others, as even if it's like super easy to do so. Everyone learns at their own rate, and that's completely fine. Comparing yourself to others can make you feel dumb, worthless, and like you're not good enough, when in reality you just learn in a different way than others. Second of all, you're gonna absolutely want to seek help if you need it, especially because in college no one will chase you down if you're struggling. You're responsible for your own grades and your own learning. So yeah, ask for help if you need it. Lastly, don't be afraid of hard work and trying new things. I would know because 3 days of the week I have to wake up at 6:30 a.m. for a 7:30 a.m. class, and that is such a challenge. However, hard work is hard, obviously, because who doesn't want to be lazy, but it is essential for growth and learning. Those are all the tips and advice I have for this video. I would strongly recommend checking out my other college tips videos, as I'm sure those may be helpful as well. You're going to want to keep those in mind as well. College season is upon us, and what I mean by that is this is the time when a lot of seniors in high school are starting to make their final decisions of where they want to go to college. So if you're one of those people, I do truly hope you took something from this video. My next video will also be college related. However, it is going to be a little more exciting because there will be food involved, and what kind of a college student doesn't like food? So make sure to keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you very soon.